What do you think are the biggest sort of misconceptions when it comes to waste handling? I mean, Chris sort of mentioned people saying, "Oh, well, it's fine that we've got the supplier, they've sorted it, it's fine," but they're just covering their own back. They're not actually seeing where it's gone.
Exactly. I think there are two big challenges, and I'll start with the one that Chris mentioned in terms of, they'll get, a client will get told, yeah, we're not putting anything to landfill for you, and unless you actually go and check that and follow it, you can't be sure, and you don't have the evidence to prove it. And we found, in roles that I've done with other companies where we've done those audits, people have said, yeah, nothing going to landfill. You go and audit it, and in fact, there is a quantity still going to landfill. They're just believing things without actually having it checked out, and it loses that trust, as Chris says. And even very recently, we spoke to another NHS trust, and they said to their waste contractor, yep, nothing is going to landfill. When we were working with them and questioned the waste contractor, they went, oh yeah, actually we're sending X hundreds of tons of your waste to landfill. It's not going to energy from waste. And so it's being able to push the contractors to make them tell you exactly what's happening to your waste, and they have you have every right to do that, and challenge them. And the other one is human behavior. Where we're talking about here, and as Rochelle said, in places such as a hospital, putting the waste into the right receptacle, if you've got a number of them, is the last thing on say a busy nurse or a busy doctor's mind. They're not thinking about that. It needs to be straightforward. You go to places such as shopping centres, sports stadia, theme parks, etc., where actually it's very difficult to get people, if they're coming out of food halls, to go, oh, I'm going to separate all of my fast food containers and put them into all these different places. And you still have that human behavior that you will get in some of those locations, this sort of mix of what could be recycled, still paper, cardboard, some of the plastics and organic food waste, all going into the same residual bin, because it's very difficult to change that human behavior. So I think it's a combination of those two factors. And the biggest one in terms of changing is human behavior. We can change the waste contractors, you can challenge them, you can make sure it's going where they say it's going, but human behavior is the really, really big one to change. And that's a huge challenge.